He's not going to make it. Okay, Beseda. So I'm going to start on Daf Hey Amud Beis, in the Sug of Yados. But the shir is not really going to be in the Sug of Yados. It's just kaboit on that. We're going to speak more about קידושי Shtar. So let's get started. So if you look on Hey Amud Beis, the Sug of Yados, Amr Shmuel, yeah? B'Kiddushin Nasan La Kesef. Only mentioned Kesef so far. The Shava Kesef. The Amrla, you say in Amira, Hariyat Mikudeshes, Hariyat Mireses, Hariyat Le'insu, Harizim Mikudeshes. Harini Ishech, Harini Balech, Harini Rusech, Ein Kan Beis Mechush. V'chein Begerishin, Nasan La V'Amrla. I want to be medayik right now. We're saying in Gerushin even that you need an Amira. That's what it sounds like from this Gemara. The Amrla, Hariyat Mishuleches, Hariyat Migureshes, Hariyat Muteres L'chol Adam, Harizim Migureshes. Any Ishech, any Balech, any Rusech, Ein Kan Beis Mechush. Amrla Rav, Oh, we'll get there. Amrla Rav Papa Labai, L'meimer D'Savar Shmuel Yadayim Shem Achichas Hadin Yadayim Batnan. Ha'imra Harizah Nazir. The Havinan Ba. I didn't do it the funny way. I don't want to disturb the Shiv. The Havinan Ba, right? The Dilma Habitainis Kamer V'Amr Shmuel V'Hushai Nazir Evel Lefanav Tamid Nazir Evel Lefanav Ha Love Hachi Lo. Oh, Hachamay Askinan the Amr Li. Now, even the first time I went through this with my Chavrusa, we were medayik that it seems that the question of Rav Papa is really only going in the L'shaynus of Kiddushin, Hariyat Mikudeshes, you'd have to say Li. Now I'll bring rayas. And that also, the first thing you can see in the Gemara, the Amr Li, if it's going on Gittin, the Lashon would be the Amr Mimeni, or the Amr Minai. But besides that, there's tons of rayas. First, in Rashi, when he discusses the question, when he says, first, by Yidayim Shein Mochichos, Space Yad Achizas Adavar, Afal Pi She'ena Mochiach, Achizas Lashon Gomer Kihacha, to come Hariyat Mikudeshes, V'loi Kamer Laman. Over there, he's only addressing the question in Kiddushin, Hariyat Mikudeshes, V'loi Kamer Laman. Wasn't talking about Gerushin. Havyan Yidayim, the next Rashi, V'amar Dili Dei Kadsha. Again, talking about Kiddushin. But there's big rayas also if you look at the Maskanas of Gemara and the Rosh brings the Maskana Azoi, Amr Shmuel, the Kiddushin, Nasan La Kesef, Sheva Kesef, Amr La Hariyat Mikudeshes Li. In Kiddushin he says the Maskana is, of course, you have to say Li. Mireses Li, Hariyat Li Leinsu, Harizim Mikudeshes, Harini Ishech, Harini Balech, Harini Rusech, Ein Kan Beis Mechush, Yosef Ki Yichach, V'lo Shikach is Atzmai, V'chein Begerishin. What's he say? Begerishin L'maisa, Nasan La Ged, V'amr La Hariyat Migreshes. Doesn't say Li, doesn't say Mimeni. Hariyat Muteres L'chol Adam. The Bach, I think, puts in also Hariyat Mishuleches without Mimeni. Right? That all worked. He's saying that those L'shenis are going to work. I had another raya. One of my other rayas I wanted to tell you. Rashi Tosus Rosh Rif Meiri. Daf Hey Amud Beis also is medayik like that. Where's the Meiri? That's the Makna. He's not the Meiri. The Meiri also says, "V'avapi shemin asugya nirish kiddushin v'gerishin b'chad amachta lo hikshu ela mishel kiddushin chen nira das gedolei apoiskin." The question's only from kiddushin. Fine, so that's mashma that if you came to a woman with a get, right, and you gave her a get, and he said Hariyat Mishuleches, Hariyat Migureshes, without saying Li, it's fine. Why? So that's what we're going to discuss a little right now. What's the reason? Fine. So already you know the Gemara and Nidarim. Don't worry, I'm not getting too Nidarimi. But if you look in Nidarim on Daf Vav, which is a hemshech of that whole sugya, where you have a Bai and Rava arguing, does Yidayim Shein Mochichos work or not? Right? Okay. So it says that by Gerushin, you're not going to begarish anybody else. What's the Lashon of the Gemara there? Lashon is the Ein Adam. What's the Lashon? That nobody, Ein Adam Megarish Eishes Chavero. Right? Tosfos brings it down by us also. Most of the Rishonim in Merkana Zoy that the reason why is if I'm going in front of a woman and I'm holding a get and I give her a get and I say Hariyat Migreshes, b'chayr it's going to be his wife. But there's another reason, which is the one that I'm going to shtel on.
By Kiddushin, not the way, right?
By Kiddushin, not. By Kiddushin, you'd need to say Li. And that's by Kiddushin Kesef also.
The way the belt is that you don't.
Also, by קידושי Kesef, we're going to see that the nafkamina is by the Kesef is not as much as a bearer, whereas by the Shtar, there's stuff written in it. So we're going to speak about that right now. That the other reason the Rishonim bring for why it works if you give a woman a get and just say Hariyat Migreshes, right? One reason first is brought in the Ritva. So the Ritva says, delay mali element b'mekadosh v'kesef behind the delay b'farkin an element memra kama the shmol the kiddushin aval. Here we go. Baba de Gerishin, Shav Kinula Kedeisa, we leave it like it is. It's another right, we leave it like it is. And it works like that. The Afal Gab, Vlayamar Bishas Nasina, Harat Migareshes Mimeni, Bishtar Zeh, Haraz Migareshes, Kevin Shikasa Beget Bikimon. That's not what I wanted to bring down, I wanted to bring this. He says also, when he's talking about Gerishin, it says the following, that if you say Harat Migareshes or Harat Muteres L'chol Adam, Leislan, but it's not a problem. Tichsivas V'din Minoi Dahavi Beget Chashiv Yadayim Ochichos. That from the get itself, we already have Yadayim Ochichos. In the get it says the Shem Aisha, the Shem Aish. We know that's in Hilchos Gerushin, it needs to be there. So now if I come up to a woman and I give her a get and I say Harat Migareshes, it's also Muchach in the Shtar who it's going to, right? It says in the Shtar exactly who it's going to. It's said better even in the Makna. The Makna says over very clearly the following. He says, near קידושי shtar, that's not what I want. The Gerushin lo ba'inin shamer mimeni. You don't need to say mimeni. Afilu lefi hamaskana. Mipnei shaget mochiach shenichta bo shmo shma. It says it already. U'meila hu adin b'Kidushei shtar hashtar mochiach. That's what I want to get into now. We just saw that, okay, we know, according to the Maskana of the Gemara, Harat Migareshes, that still for sure works, right? Harat Migareshes is going to work, you don't need to say mimeni. It still sounds we're dealing where you need anamira. At this point, you still need anamira of Harat Migareshes, you don't have to say mimeni. Okay, why does it work? Besides the reason that if somebody won't megarish a woman who's not his wife, the Ritva and the Makna bring down that it's Muchach in the Shtar, exactly who it's going to, right? And the Ritva calls it Yadayim Mochichos. You're saying, is it Yadayim or is it for sure? It seems like it's still Beget or Yadayim from what I've seen so far in the area we're going now. We're going to talk even if you need any Amira, then maybe it won't be. We'll see. But Lamaisa, so we know that works. And the Makna goes as far as to say that's true in Shtar also, right? He wants to say that by Shtar also, in Kiddushay Shtar, if you would give an Isha a Shtar and say Harat Mikudeshes without saying Li, it should work. Why? Because it's written in the Shtar Harat Mikudeshes Li, right? That's a Vada written in the Shtar. We know that from the second Rashi in the Masechta, third Rashi. You have to say Harat Mikudeshes Li in the Shtar. So if you would do that just like Gittin, so it says you still need an Amira, you need to say Harat Mikudeshes, but you don't need to say Li because that's in the Shtar. Okay. And we know also that the beginning of this Gemara, just to say it, Amr Shmuel, right, B'Kiddushin Nasan La Kesef. We didn't talk about Shtar, we didn't talk about Bia. Also, when we were talking about the Lashonis before, in the case of Nasan Huva Amr Hi, we also say Tanarban Ketzav B'Kesef. But we didn't talk about Amiras, Lamaisa, L'Gabe Shtar. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about that before we go Shtikl Vaita. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Shtar, fine. We mentioned Kiddushay Shtar, it should also be true. Fine. So Lamaisa, if you look at the Ritva and the Makna that I quoted before, as Rayas that by Gerushin, you'll only need to say Harat Migareshes without Li. They also both bring down that would also be true by Shtar. Both the Ritva and the Makna bring that down. And the Ritva says here also, V'hu adin v'mekadesh b'shtar v'kasav b'harat mikudeshes li in the shtar. You wrote that, right? V'kshenasan la shtar v'lay amar la ela harat mikudeshes. You still need to say harat mikudeshes. There's still an amira. You don't have to say li. Harat mikudeshes kamura yadayim ochichas nenu. Again, we're still calling it yadayim. So that's also in the Makna again. The Makna.
Why do you use anything at all?
Good question. Good question. I'm going to get there.
That's the shtar. What does it say in the shtar, right?
It says in the shtar at Mikudeshes Li. So it's already in the shtar that for sure he's Mikadeshing that woman and there's nothing to be misupik about. Now, I also was thinking, this is a side issue that I didn't write in the Xabura. I was thinking, based on other Shira Fed Shekali, that maybe it wouldn't work in the Rashba, if I remember correctly. What I want to say. Right, it sits to me. 1 second. Oh, but that's right. Never mind. We won't get that. It still works. We'll get to where it doesn't work. We'll figure it out there. Oh, fine. So Lamai, we saw the Makna. Fine. And I just also wanted to say that it makes sense that Shtar and Gittin would be the same in those two things, because most of the Rishonim put put the Shtar קידושין, Shtar קידושין the same. We also saw the Yatsa V'Haisa, right? Makish V'Ali Yetzia, Shtar קידושין, Shtar קידושין. So Lamaisa, it makes sense if Shtar קידושין work in this way, then Shtar קידושין would also work in this way. Now, let's talk about the people that don't hold. You could just give her the get and say Harat Migureshes without saying Mimeni. Some Rishonim say you need to say Mimeni. That's a Tosfos Rid Nisiato. All of the people that say like him say that. So there's something to be medayik in what the Tosfos Rid says, which is also going to lead us into what Rabbi Zimmer mentioned, that maybe you don't need an Amira at all.
How could there exist a Shita?
The Gemara says, you're saying, okay, so the Gemara says, the Gemara leaves off Lamaisa without, the Gemara, right, and then we ask the question, and then at the end of the question we say, oh, must be that you said li, but we didn't say what's going to be with Gerushin, right? It could be, the Tosfos Rid is saying, oh, and it must mean also when we say, we give this answer in the Gemara, Hakadmai Askinan, the Amr li, that must also be going on Gerushin, the question was in Gerushin too. That's how he learns the Sugya. So Lamaisa, the way he says it over here. So he says also that in Dibra Maskal Hachamai Eskin and the Amr Lali Perish Huadin beget the Kasav La Mimeni, right? So it's also in get there's Mimeni. But note one thing, Bimadai. He didn't say also in Gerushin the Amr La Mimeni. He says the Kasav La Mimeni. And he goes on to say that all you would need is the Ksivas. Meaning what? If I walked up to a woman, handed her a get without saying a blasted word, and it says in the get Mimeni, he's just saying in the Ksivas a get, it says in the get Mimeni. Of course it says Mimeni, then that would be fine. Oh, so he's saying in this end of the Gemara that you need Mimeni, but he's not saying you need Mimeni, meaning what we were talking about before, which would be a surah like this, that I would walk up to a woman, say Harat Migureshes, give her a get, in which the get says Harat Migureshes Mimeni. No, he's saying the his lashon, the Tosfos Rid is perish. Fuad didn't beget the kasav. According to him,
the having the Gemara was pashas that it was written Harat Migureshes Mimeni, and only said Harat Migureshes.
It seemed to me when I learned through it that what he was saying is that by get all you need by Mimeni is that it should be written in. He doesn't seem to be talking about any Amir. Let me just see if I can prove that. One second.
It wasn't the having in the Gemara that it was written. And
the having in the Gemara, even in Gittin, lashon was he said lashon of it. What's his lashon? Chaim begerushin nasan la the amarla. So you need to see that.
Everything was kidded boys.
I hear what you're saying. So I'll bring better eyes. I hear what you're saying. Could be in the Tosfos Rid either way. So I'll bring better eyes. There's good eyes for it. Lamaisa. So what I'm trying to prove. Okay, I hear what you're saying. What I was trying to prove from that Tosfos Rid, and I'll bring better eyes because I hear that you can have a hole in the Tosfos Rid. What I'm trying to prove is that in Gerushin, you could do it with just a Ksav without an Amira, because the Ksav already says Mimeni, and that should be true in קידושי Shtar as well. Now I'll bring rayas. I hear the Tosfos Rid might not be a strong raya, so let's go through some other rayas. Lamaisa, first, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. So I wanted to say, so in the Tosfos Rid, how I was learning that you only need a ksiva and not an amira. So then in a chanami, you have to say mimeni by what? By kesef. Fine, it didn't have a bearer. But by shtar kiddushin, maybe not. 1 second. Okay, fine. So I wanted to say like this. Second. 1 second. So yeah, that's what I was trying to bring out. That in whatchamacallit, in the shtar in which it's written Harat Mikudeshesli, even an Amira Koldahu maybe you wouldn't need. Now, here, let's be ma'ayin. First, let's look in the third Rashi in the Masechta, right? Third Rashi in the Masechta brings V'kesef ubishtar. You listening? So in the third Rashi in the Masechta means V'kesef ubishtar. The first Brisa b'Gemara, right? Noisin la kesef o shava kesef. The Aimer la Harat Hayat Mikudeshesli. And he says to her, that's by Kesef, there's definitely an Amira. Hayat Mikudeshesli. Shtar Kaisiv La Nair, Afal Pisha Enu Shava Pruta, Hayat Mikudeshesli. Does not mention anything about an Amira. Says, Rashi on the Rif does. You're right. He does talk about Amira. But the Rashi here does not, and I'm going to build off of that. You're right. The Rashi on the Rif does. The Rashi here does not. Huh? I hear you saying. But the Rashi here is not bringing it. So Lamaisa, he says, Shtar Kaisiv La Nair, Afal Pisha Enu Shava Pruta, Hayat Mikudeshesli. And then Bia Ba'alev Amris Kachili. Bia, you also have an Amira. Lamaisa, if you turn to the, so fine, over there Rashi doesn't mention any type of Amira, just Ksiva. If you turn to Hey Amid Aleph, turn to Hey Amid Aleph, where we first bring by Shtar, Minayim Shaf B'Shtar. So when we speak about Shtar versus Kesef, we say, so we say like this. So I'm going to start from Ihachi Shtar Nami Yomru Shtar Moitzi Shtar Machlis Kategar Yasa Sanegar Mila Dehai Shtar Lachod Mila Dehai Shtar Lachod. We say no. Each star, it's Muvach Mitoicha what it's trying to do. And Hakanami maybe will say Hai Kaspa Lachod Hai Kaspa Lachod. No, Tiva Miha Chadhu. Now, what does Rashi say that means? So Rashi says first with Rashi Hai Shtar Lachod, Hai Shtar Lachod, B'zeh Kosev Lashon Knisa, B'zeh Meforish Lashon Yitziyah. Right? It says exactly what they want to do. It's very mavar exactly what's supposed to go on here. So maybe say Hai Kaspa Lachod, Shu Nosno Meforish Al Manas Mahu Noisnoi, and then we say Chadhu, and an Nizker B'toichai Im Lahaitzi Im Lahachnes. So we see the nafkamina between Kesef and Shtar there is that Shtar is Mufach Mitocho. Meaning what? Shtar already has a bearer that Kesef is lacking. Kesef is lacking a certain bearer that Shtar has. Now I wanted to move on to our sugya. I also wanted to mention a Shmuel Shmelke. He brings down also a lashon like that. It says, B'zeh Kosev Lashon Knisa. Says like this. Near Be'enai, on this Rashi, right? Who is Shmuel Shmelke? It's an Acharon from Tuldish is the city he's from. He's not the Rishash. I asked Riverville. He's not the Rishash. Near Be'enai, V'hainu kan de'etzem ha'kesef biladei amiroso eino moyo. Doesn't help without the Amira. The Amira is needed for the Kesef because the Amira is mevarer what the Kesef is doing. Mehai taima havi salgidayach l'makshinon. The Amiraso havi k'mo ksivas hashtar. Maybe the Amira by Kesef is going to be equal to the ksivas hashtar. After etzem ha'nair chadhu, ha'ksiva havi yashinoi. Fine. Alzeh ka'amar tiva chadhu. Kevan da'akinyan nishava al yedei kesef. V'sham eino nicker. It's not nicker where it's going, so you need the amira to make it nicker. Masha enkein b'shtar nicker ahevdel be'etzem akinyan. You can already see that there's a difference between the bearer that's already implicit in a shtar that kesef doesn't have. Now I wanted to show also. Now switch your page to Hey Amid Beis, right? On Hey Amid Beis. On Hey Amid Beis, we talk about the sugya first of Nasan Huva Amrhi, right? Nasan Huva Amrhi. So in that sugya, we see like this, that talking in, no matter, even if you hold that there's a din amira from a gzeres hakosev, right? So you'd have to have a nesina and an amira. What's the point of the amira? The point of the amira is a bearer to make up for that lacking koyach of kesef that it can't be mavar where it's going. You say there's a gzeres hakosev, you need an amira. Okay, well, Maisa, I'll say the following. If you look in the Ran, where the Ran brings down the tzad that Nasan Hu v'amrahi will work, Masha Ein Kain Nasan Hi v'amrahu, he says that won't work. So what's his raya that Nasan Hu v'amrahi will work? His tzad that it does work is that, if she speaks, she can create a shtika koidah dika inyan. Fine. So he doesn't bring down the tzad that it won't work. With all of my chavrusas that I've spoken it out with, it seems that tzad that it wouldn't work is that you need a kiyikach dika amira. But if you need a kiyikach dika amira, so the obvious question is, what about the Gemara? We know Gemara says a sukim ba'isa inyan, right? That works. The Gemara says that straight out. So if you need a kiyikach dika amira, how does a sukim ba'isa inyan work? Fine. So you can come up with some different terutzim. You could say, maybe, if he's involved in the asukim ba'isa inyan, or if he initiates the asukim ba'isa inyan, and that it has something to do with him mitzido. Right? You can come up with different terutzim like that. But you see that a sugim ba'isa inyan works even, and the reason why you need an amira is just as a bearer. Because if a sugim ba'isa inyan works, it's a bearer of what's going on, right? You have a bearer. So you see there, you need a bearer that by shtar l'chayr you wouldn't need. Shtar is already muchach mitocho what it's going for. It has a certain kayach that kesef is lacking. Let me just see what I wanted to say weiter on that. Give me 1 second. I'm not going overtime, am I? No. Okay, fine. Fine. What? It's a good question. I wasn't ma'ayin into that side so much though, so I don't really want to now. It wasn't ma'ayin in that side. I was trying to go in this mahalach. Fine. So 1 second. Right. Fine. So lamaisa. Right, so I told you about Iran. Okay, fine. I want to show you now the Me'iri at the beginning of the Masechta and also a Makna at the beginning of the Masechta that speak about such a thing. First, the Me'iri at the beginning of the Masechta brings down by Kiddushay Shtar. קידושין בשטר, ready? קידושין בשטר הוא שיכתוב לה באיזה דבר שהיא דאמן אפילו בחרס הריית מקודשת לי, that you write on it, or me'oreses לי, ומה שגוימה לאלו הדברים ייתן לה זה הדבר, and you give it to her בפני אדם, in front of אדם, והראיה על זה אמרו ויצא והייסה מקש הווי ליציאה, מה יציאה בשטר? כמו שאמר הכוסב, וכוסב לה אף הווי bishtar. Havai is also going to be bishtar. Meaning what? All we mentioned here again is that there's iksiva, but the Me'iri didn't mention any kind of amira. Also, if you look in the Makne, weiter, and also in the beginning of the Masechta, he brings Miu Milosh and Rashi, the Rashi we're discussing, not going in the Girsas Arif, but going in the Girsa we have in front of us. Miu Milosh and Rashi, Shekasav Gabi Kiddushay Kesef v'Aimer Harayat Mikudeshes Li v'Chein B'Kiddushay Bia Sheba Lev v'Aimer Hiskadshi Li v'Bia Zu v'Gabi Shtar what Kasav came? You didn't write such a thing. Mashman is sphere later b'Shtar Afil Lo Amr Klub Mikudeshes, and then the Makta says that's l'chayr shitas a Rambam Shavia Bei Shmuel and Eben Ezer. He says nothing like get v'Lo Amr Klum, that it still works. And Lamaisa, fine. So they both say that it still works. And that's the mahalach they're taking in the sugya. Fine. Now, I also want to show you a Pnei Yeshua, which is mashma. In the Makna, he already starts talking about a fact that, something I don't want to really shtel on, but that Kiddushay Shtar might even be stronger than Gittin, and that could be that in Gittin maybe you'll require an Amira. Not an Amira of Vili, but maybe you'll require Shum Amira, and in Kiddushay Shtar maybe you won't. Now the Pnei Yeshua really starts talking about. Pnei Yeshua mentions that the that's already going okay. That won't ruin that. 1 second. Here's what he's saying by get. Here's the concern of get with respect to Kiddushay Shtar. Bishlama, the get dichsiv b'nosan b'yoda, say for Kristo, the shilcha mibeso. Mashma lahedya del achar nesina, after you give her the nesina, tzarek l'shalcha mibeso. Sounds like you do have to send her away. V'hainish tzarek lemer, raise a gipech, or some sort of a mira. Lav dafka migureshes, but some sort of a mira. Mash ein came b'Kiddushay Shtar, mashma l'klon on daf tes, which is a sugya that really starts talking about Kiddushay Shtar. The B'raisa the Kates of Bishtar the Chsiva l'chud sagya, but the Emes Mistimus Lashon HaPeskin Mashma Kiddushay Shtar Enu Tzarech Leimar Klum. You don't need any type of amira, says the Pnei Yeshua. Right? Umisvara Nami Hakihu. Says that makes exactly perfect sense. Kein B'ha Mil Sekuva the Amar Harini Yishei. Weiter. That's already another ending. But he wants to say even if you would have a weakness in get, that weakness wouldn't be felt in Kiddushin. Lamaisa, that also comes out. I want to see the riff. That sugya is on our sugya by us on Amr Shmuel. Yeah. Lamaisa and the Rif also, I want to point out something I didn't point out at the beginning, that when the Rif brings down the halacha, that Amar Shmuel b'Kiddushin Nasan la Kesef Osheva Kesef v'Amar le, by the Kesef case, Haryat mikudeshes li, Haryat mireses li, Haryat li le'insu, Haryat mikudeshes, Haryat isu, Haryat balei, Haryat ruseich, Ein kan beis mechush, Yisib ki yikachish, V'leshi kachas asu. Fine. Now the Chaim b'Gerishin, he doesn't say v'Amar lo, just as the Chaim b'Gerishin, Haryat mishuleches v'chulahu, right? All these different things without saying li again. But he didn't even say v'Amar lo. He doesn't use the lashon v'Amar lo. And the Ran is medayik, since he didn't. I just quoted the Rif. When the Rif brings down, when he brings down the Gemara, la halacha l'maisa, and says that you don't need a lashon of haray at mishuleches mimeni, you could just say haray at mishuleches. He doesn't say that's going insane. He says that's going in the ksiva. And l'maisa, the Ran brings down that the Rif is even going so far as saying that you could have in the ksiva only hariyat mishuleches l'maisa. Now, I want to bring down to finish. Yeah, saying the yadis will work like that. So I want to bring down l'maisa at the end of the day the shitas of the upside down Gemara. Second, the shitas of the Rambam. First, l'maisa in Gerishin, when he brings it down, he does say Hamigarish Tzarech Shiyomer La Kishiyitein La Get Harizeh Gitech Hu Gitech V'Chiyotze Bazeh V'Imnasin Biyad V'Lei Amar Klum Harizeh Get Pasuk. You need some sort of a mira. Medvar Murim B'Shalo Haya Medaber Ima Al Iskei Gita, that would already be a Sukin Ba'isa Indian, that would work. Aval Ima Haya Medaber Al Iskei Gita V'Natal La Get V'Nasin Biyad V'Lei Amar Klum Harizeh Get Kasher. Also, now fine, so he does say he needs some sort of a mira. When he brings down what needs to be written, he says Kate said kasivla haryat mishuleches without saying li or anything. So he holds that it's true. In the ksiva you don't have to write me many, but since in the ksiva you didn't have to write me many, you are going to need some sort of a mira to be masbir what you're saying. And also that seemed the maskana of the Shulchan Aruch as well. When the Shulchan Aruch brings it, he says, "Kishiyitein la get yomer la hariyat migareshes v'chuhu." You have to say things like that, right? And that in the ksiva could be like we said. Fine. However, lemaskana by קידושי שטר still remains stronger. He says, first in Halacha Gimel, this is in the Rambam, Ishis Perik Gimel, Halacha Gimel. Yim Kidesh V'Shtar, Koisiv al Hanayer, O al Acheres, O al Ha'ola, O al Kol Davar She'irtze, Haryat Mikudeshes Li, O Haryat Mireses Li, V'chol Ki Yotze B'Dvarim Eila, V'nois L'Lav V'nei Edim, Zeo, that works. And he also says, just to bring a raya that just works, that V'tzarech Shichtav Oisai L'Shem Ha'isha Miskadeshes. Oh, wait a second. Am I in Ishis? Oh yeah, fine, yeah, that was good. That was קידושי Shtar. Alright, I'll leave it like that. Also, in the Even Ezer by קידושי Shtar, he also says like that all you'll need is a ksiva by Shtar. You won't need an amir at all. Here's Simin Lamed Beis Sif Aleph and Even Ezer. B'Shtar Keitzad Koisiv Al Nayer Al Acheres Aval Pisha Ein Ba Sheva Pruta Haryat Mikudeshes Li V'Nois Noilav B'Nei Edim V'Tzarech Shichtav Oisai L'Shem Ha'isha Miskadeshes K'may Beget V'Im Kasu V'Shaloi L'Shma Ein Mikudeshes V'Ein Koisiv El Daita V'Im Kasu V'Shaloi Daita Rizo Safek Mikudeshes doesn't say a word about Amira. Leaves it completely in Ksiva. So we see there's a mahalach that it could work out that if you were Makadesh through a shtar, since the shtar is written Haryat Mikudeshes Li and it's written their names in it, it's all Muchach Mitech Shtar what needs to go on, and you wouldn't need any kind of Amira. Thank you. 2 minutes to spare. Wowie zowie.